Check one, two, check one, two. What's going on, everybody? It's your good friend David in the building. It's Friday, and y'all know what it is. It's time for some circle talk. Thank you guys so much for being here. We got an amazing guest today. I've never officially met this man until about 15 minutes ago, but I've watched many of his lives. He is one of the most powerful individuals that I met since this whole epidemic. As y'all know, I like to scroll Facebook and see what's going on. And one day I came across him speaking online, and I was kind of interested in what he was speaking about because I'd never seen him before. A lot of people were watching and paying attention, and I just wanted to kind of figure out what was he all about? What was his catch? And so I sat down and listened. And to my knowledge, this gentleman is so much like myself. In the little bit of time that I listened and I dissected and dug into what he was talking about, this man has a story. He went through a journey. He got to a place in his life where he wanted to change and do what's best, found God, and has been on the up and up, moving, trying to be a better role model, a better vessel, and has been helping people along the way create something for themselves. Not necessarily like him, like themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I'm excited to learn about this gentleman, dig into his brain and his mind, and kind of figure out where this all started at for him and what's next on his agenda. So I'm really excited for the conversation with William Winfield, aka Willis Bless, aka the man with the sauce. It's going down, you guys. I appreciate all you guys for being here. It's going to be a great conversation. But before we get into that, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, obviously iShotya.com. If you're local and you need somebody to do some pictures for you, get you right, whether it's for graduation, if you just need some headshots for work, if you're wedding, anything pertaining to pictures, photos, he'll do videos for you. My guy at iShotya.com, Marvin Patterson, look him up. He'll make sure it happens for you. So thank you so much for continuing to be a part of this, Marvin. I appreciate you, brother. So without further ado, I don't want to keep him waiting. I know he's probably a busy man. He probably got a lot going on. It's the weekend, but work is work is work. So let's get into it. I'm gonna bring him on, y'all. What's good, my guy? How you doing today?
What's going on, King, man? I'm alive. I'm
Hey,
blessed.
man. Like I said before, man, I appreciate you for spending some time with me.
No.
Like I said, I've been watching you since the first day I seen you,
Mm,
which was last year during the epidemic. You were speaking, and I've watched a lot of your live feeds. We've never really spoke, but I've always told you anytime that I seen you live and you were speaking about something that hit me, I was like, "Yo, bro, I appreciate that. I really do." And so I am excited for this conversation. I'm excited to learn a little bit more about you, and hopefully the people that are watching are too. So let's not jump into Willis Bless the
ah,
sauce just yet.
ah.
Let's learn where it all started from, man. Where you from, man?
Man, so originally I'm from the smallest state on the map, Rhode Island.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? I grew up,
Jeez.
born and raised in Providence, Rhode Island. So yeah, man, 401.
How was your upbringing? Moms, dads, brothers, anything like that?
Upbringing, man. My mom, single mother. You know what I'm saying? My dad, alcoholic. Womanizer, and it was just me and my mom. So me and my mom rock till the wheels fall off, and
Yeah,
ride to the rim. So
that's awesome.
yep.
So no siblings, huh? Just a single.
Oh no, no, no! I got siblings. So I got one sister and two brothers on my dad's
Okay,
side. I'm the
gotcha.
only child on my mom's side. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. And that's why I was saying I when I first seen you live, that's the one thing that you said that really hit me, and I
Mm,
was like, I'm the same way. A single mom. My dad was alcoholic, womanizer,
mm,
very aggressive, abuser, the whole nine. And it was crazy because that was one of the first things I heard you say, and it locked me in, and I
mm.
knew I needed to listen and kind of dig in and learn more about you. And so I'm really excited that we are doing this right now because I've been meaning this. I've been itching to do this, man. Like I got about 20 people on the list for the show, but I was like, man, this is one that I'm definitely kind of excited, a little bit excited to get into.
Yeah,
So so you went to high school, the whole nine out there in Rhode Island.
yeah. Went to high school. Yes, sir. Central High School. Go
Okay.
Knights. That's what I say. Just came my Knights to watch it.
You play any sports or anything like that?
I played. Yeah, I played football and volleyball.
You was a volleyball player?
Yeah. Hey man. Hey man. Now listen. My freshman year, what I'm saying, everybody's like, yo, man, we're about to play volleyball. I was like, nah, that's a girl sport. And then I
Right.
started seeing it and I tried it, you know what I'm saying? I got out of my comfort zone. I said, you know what? This is actually dope, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a different arena, but I'm like, man, like this is different. And when I was able to spike people in the face, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
hit the ball, I was like, yo, let's go. So I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
What's up? Candace said good morning.
Good morning.
Candace Wesley. Shout out to her. Hopefully she's doing well. She's just getting over COVID, still kind of dealing with some complications. But sister, we praying for you and we love you. Just wanted to send a shout out to her real quick. So Willis, blessed. What happened after high school? What'd you end up getting into?
Ah, man, what did I not get
Let's
into?
jump into it.
Man, I would say, man, I was always hitting the club every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If I
Right.
couldn't get in the club, I'm going to a college party. If I couldn't get to a college, I'm doing a house party. I didn't care what it was. I needed to be somewhere where all the girls were, where the liquor was, where the weed was.
Right.
That's where I was, right?
Yeah.
And man, outside of that, hanging around the wrong crowd, and being influenced by the wrong influencers, I just started doing the wrong things. And I know it didn't feel right. I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I just like to do it anyway because I was like, yo, I don't want to lose these people who are my friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the biggest turning points for me is that after I graduated high school, I ended up getting a job in Franklin, Massachusetts at a recycling company,
Okay.
Jayco Environmental. And I remember working there, but there was one particular day, Dave, that I walked in and literally I felt like something was off.
Hmm.
Like, like you have that gut feeling. You're like, sun's up. Like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clock in, man. I go all the way in the back. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with the refrigerators and stuff and separating them.
Hmm.
And literally, I'm like, yo, I don't feel right. Like, what's going on here? And for me, I knew it was the Holy Ghost, man. Like
Yeah.
point blank, period, man. And it was just like, do you love me? And I was like, the ham fat is that,
Hmm.
right? So I kept doing my work for another 15 minutes. Again, do you love me? Like, I don't know what this is. But the third time, right? My boss comes down on the forklift. Ramon, I'll never forget him. And he says, Willie, he says, Phil needs to see you in the office. I said, okay, cool, no problem. So as I'm walking, before I touch the door, I hear it again. Do you love me? I'm like, I don't know what this is. So I go in, see my boss. My boss turns around from the computer, looks at me. He says, Will, how you doing? I said, I'm doing great, man. He said, okay, cool, 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 cool. I have some bad news for you. I said, what's the bad news? So the bad news is I got to let you go. The company's going through a transition right now, and we don't have the money to pay and keep you on.
Wow.
And I pause and I stop. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm one of the hardest workers in here.
Yeah.
But that didn't matter.
Right.
And literally, I remember getting in my 2003 Nissan Maxima, driving all the way from Franklin, Massachusetts, all the way to Rhode Island, with tears coming down my face, trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to take care of my newborn son,
Yeah.
my BM, and my mom. I didn't know how I was going to do it.
Hmm.
And I believe that defining moment shifted my perspective from playing around to getting my life together.
Hmm.
Right. And eventually, right, my BM and I broke up. Still got to take care of my kid. And my mom ended up going to live with one of her friends. And I just started sleeping in my car or bouncing couch to couch.
Wow.
And whenever I go into these schools, I tell these students, I say, make sure the friends that you hang around with
Hmm.
are going to be there for you after this.
Yeah, for sure.
And for me, out of all the people I called on my phone, only one person picked up the phone. His name is Gilbert Augustus. To this day, I'm still rocking with him. To this day, he's like a blood brother to me. And I picked up the phone, and us as men, we're prideful,
Yeah.
right? So we don't want to ask for no help. But I picked up that phone. I say, yo, Gil, I need a place to stay.
Hmm.
He was like, all right, let me talk to my mom. Let me see, what's up. I said, okay, cool. Literally like an hour later, he called me back. He said, yo, my mom said you can come stay. I said, bro, but here's the thing. I just lost my job, sleeping in my car. I ain't got no bread.
Hmm.
He like, no, don't worry about it. Just come on. And whatever you can do, we can do. I said, cool. And my bro let me stay there for almost, I want to say about almost 7-8 months
Yeah.
without paying anything. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And for me, I'm like, yo, I gotta get my life together even more.
Right. Right.
So fast forward 2 years after that, I end up getting a job working at a homeless shelter called House of Hope in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Okay.
And I remember walking in there and I'm like, yo, this is where I need to be. Like, I love this. Like, most people make fun of the homeless people. I'm in here trying to encourage them, motivate them, uplift them, for them to see that they're not where they're at.
Right.
And when I was going to the clubs, I remember making fun of them. I would put $1 outside of the window and I say, chase me, bum. Here's the dollar. Take it. Make fun of them. Get a job. Don't ask me for no money. And now it's funny how the people I made fun of, I end up working with. And as I'm working with them, I started noticing one moment that changed my life. And this is where the gift was birthed.
Okay.
And I remember walking in one particular day into the homeless shelter, and one of my coworkers at the time, by the name of Jerome Hines, he says to me, he says, hey, Will, got a deep voice, big, heavy set dude. He said, hey, Will, I need you to go talk to this person down there at that bunk. I think you can reach him.
Yeah.
I said, all right, cool. So, I took my lunch, clocked in, put my lunch inside the refrigerator, went down the stage, went to go talk to him. I'll never forget the guy's name to this day. His name is Anthony Robertson. And I remember approaching him. I said, hey, Ant, what's going on? He's like, I don't want to talk to nobody right now. He's like, I'm tired of everybody. Everybody keep playing me. Everybody keep telling me and making me promises they can't keep. I said, well, what's going on, Aunt? Man, talk to me. Like, like I'm pretty sure if I can't help, I can try to find somebody who can help. He's
Right.
like, you know what, man? That's just, I'm tired. I want to kill myself. People keep robbing stuff from me. People keep making promises that they don't keep. I just feel like life is not worth living no more.
Right.
And all I said to this man was, you don't need to take your life. You're loved, and things will get better.
Yeah.
And because of, when they make suicidal remarks, we have to follow protocol. So I remember Jerome saying, hey, Will, I called the ambulance. Gotta go wait with them outside. And I'm waiting with him outside, and I'm just looking at him. I'm like, man, things are gonna get good, man. Things are gonna get better. He said, I don't think so. He says, I don't think so. I said, they will. He said, I hope they do will. Ambulance comes, open the doors, push him in, close the doors. I'm looking at him as he's looking at me through the window. I have my thumbs up, and I'm like, yo, it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Literally, he comes back a week later. It's kind of like deja vu. Go back in, Jerome again. Hey, Will, somebody want to talk to you. I said, who want to talk to me? He said, Anthony. And he's not mad. I said, he ain't mad. I said, all right, cool. So I ain't even clocking. I just dropped everything, jumped off the stage, went to, and I'm like, yo, Anthony, what's up? Immediately when he saw me, he hugged me so tight. Awesome. It felt like Dwayne Johnson, the Rock himself, is squeezing every bone in my body. Yeah. Right? He says, Will, everything is doing exactly what it was supposed to, what you said it was supposed to do. Yeah. I said, I know that. He said to me, Will, because of you, I didn't take my life. And immediately a light bulb came up. Ooh, Will, your words got power. Ooh, the gift is unlocked now. Yeah. And then it's funny, like literally a month later, another great friend of mine, Braulio Ortiz, he came to me and he was like, hey, Will, I wanted to ask you, do you want to work per diem at the Providence Center, which is a drug rehab facility? Mm-hmm. I said, heck yeah. I said, absolutely. He said, cool. This is all you got to do. Email this person, do that. And at this time, my mom got her own place and I still ain't got a place. So now I'm moving with my mom. And literally, I remember sitting on my mom's couch and getting that phone call saying, hey, is this Mr. Winfield? I said, yes, it surely is. It said, well, we would love to bring you on to our team and come help at our facility. I said, absolutely, sign me up. Yeah. They said, when can you start? I said, I can start today. Now, mind you, Dave, I have no car. All I had to do was just take the bus, and I'm working per diem. Yeah. So that means like whatever hours that I can get, I can get. Right. I remember walking into this facility, 40 grown men, right? Dealing with, drugs and dealing with alcohol. And I remember one particular time I said to my boss, I said, hey, I know I'm not a licensed, clinician, but would it be okay if I can do a group? They said, a group? Yeah. I said, yeah, I would just love to go in there and just motivate and encourage, the clients. Yeah. Looked at me and she said, go for it. I said, for real? So the clinician set it all up. The clinicians are in the room. This is the first time I spoke outside of the first homeless person to encourage them. This is the first time I spoke in front of 40 people. Now, it's not 40, just 40 people. It's 40 grown men. We talk about 30, 46, 60, 71. People still trying to get their life together. A couple youngins. And I remember going there. I remember the presentation. It was called Eagles Do Not Stress the Opinions of Pigeons. And I walked in there and I did what I needed to do. And I didn't know that there was two guys in the back who were contemplating on leaving the program and overdosing. Wow. By the time I was done with the group, I walked out. The clinician came to me and she said, hey, Will, I want to tell you something. I said, what's up? Her name was Vanessa. I said, what's up, Vanessa? She said, I want you to know that because of your presentation today, that these two clients are not leaving and they want to stay. And may I say this to you, to this day, they're both clean.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. So that's where the gift was birthed, man. So yeah.
God. That's so interesting, man. So when you went into this to talk to these 40 guys.
Yeah,
You already had an agenda of what you wanted to say to them already put together.
absolutely.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah,
You know it was going to go down. Just hoping that it was going to happen. And then they say, go ahead and do it.
I was ready, locked and loaded.
Wow. That's awesome, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy. And that's where it was born at, huh? That's
yes,
where it all
sir.
started.
That's where it started. Yeah.
So after that, how long how long after that did you decide to, you know what, I'm going to do this for a living and, focus on being a speaker, a coach, a motivational uh, entrepreneur? When did it all start for you? Like
Yeah.
obviously it started there,
Yeah.
but when was that moment when you was like, yeah,
Mhm.
thank you God.
Yeah, man. So I remember I just reached out in my community. I said, hey, I want to come and speak to some students.
Mhm.
Reached out, had a couple connections. They made a connection. The first connection that I spoke with was Elijah Stevenson, who was the overseer of this youth program called Youth Build in Rhode Island.
Okay.
And I remember going into that room with about 8 students. I didn't care about the crowd. I didn't care about it. I just wanted to specifically come there and just speak life
Yeah.
into whoever. I didn't even care if there was a cow and a cat. Somebody about to get this work.
Yeah.
And when I got in there, I talked to them, and they loved it. They fell in love with it. They're like, yo, man, this is dope. This is a different type of message. I thought you were gonna come in here and be boring and have all these different types of pamphlets and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I just came, told my story, added a little twist about it. I kind of talked about the lion mentality. And literally I was in there for 30 minutes. By the time the 30 minutes was done, they were like, yo, man, can I get your number? Can we take a picture? I was like, ooh, so hold up. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I wanted to hopefully I didn't cut you off, but
No, you
that's the
good.
one thing that I wanted to say to you about the first time I heard you. I've heard a lot of speakers. Obviously, we hear a lot of people talk, whether it's online, whether we're at church,
Yeah.
whether we're at school,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. We hear a lot of people get up in front of us and speak.
Yeah.
But the one thing that really drew me to what you had to say was how relevant you made it sound. Like today, there's a lot of people, that have that old school feel.
Yeah.
That I mean, it works
Yeah.
for them,
Yeah.
but to have you talk about something that happened ages ago and make it relevant today,
Yeah.
and then apply it to your life and ours, it wakes you up real quick, fast, and in a hurry, and it
Definitely.
makes you lock in, especially when you're in a place where there's some confusion,
Mm.
when you're trying to find the right answers,
Yeah.
when you're trying to figure out the next step, what the next choice is, exactly what you were going through that day when you was talking to those 40 people. You didn't know exactly what was going to go down. You didn't know there was two people in the back that really needed to hear what you had to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I got. I kind of got the same feel, even though I wasn't in the same. Obviously, I'm in a different situation than those two people,
Yeah.
but I still was going through it, and I was like, I need to hear something.
Mm.
And God spoke to me and said, "You need to hear this."
Mm.
It was like, okay, light went off. Like you said, that light went off. That light went off in me as well. And so, yes, man, absolutely, absolutely. So let's get into, when did you write your first book? When did the author Willis come out?
Ha. Man. Whew. Man, years ago. And then my first book I made was a reprogramming your faith. I noticed that a lot of people in the body of Christ and just people in general lack faith.
Yeah.
Whether it's in God, whether it's in themselves. And I said, well, I'm gonna write a book about faith. And mind you, I was writing. I didn't even know that I was talking to myself,
Yeah.
because as I was writing it, I was dealing with learning how to be able to increase my own faith.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'd probably say that first book was written in 2015.
About
Yeah,
6 years ago.
yeah, hmm
And you were still in Rhode Island.
yeah. Still in Rhode Island. Yes, sir.
So where are you at now? You here in
Yeah,
Washington?
man. I'm a Washington State, man. Yes, sir. Tacoma.
How long you been? How long you been here?
Going on 2 years.
2 years. How
Yeah,
you been liking it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Listen, anything better than Rhode Island. I love it. I love
And that's the one thing I tell a lot of my friends because I got friends all over the country. You know, my family's actually from Louisiana and Texas. But that's the one thing I tell people: you got to visit, at least visit one time, just to
it.
see, get a taste of it. Because I mean, it ain't too bad up here. I mean, we got a lot of rain, but that's okay.
Yeah. It's beautiful out here, man. I love
Yeah,
it. It's different. It's different for sure.
yeah. So let's talk about 2020.
Hey, let's get it.
How was your year?
Man, my year was nothing but truly a lot of lessons, a lot of adjustments, and a lot of perseverance. I'm
Yes.
not gonna sit up here and say it was, perfect, easy. Like, no. I mean, our business did really well. Our consulting and coaching business did very well, but still, there comes a lot of difficult moments, a lot of new lessons that you need to learn.
Hmm.
And I'm just really grateful for all the lessons because they helped us to prepare for 2021, in 2022 and 2023, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, man.
I think the reason why I brought that up because I remember you doing you going live and you was talking about 2020 and
Yeah.
how so many people were struggling and going through it and getting laid off and unable to support themselves and I just remember you saying like it's amazing how blessed I am because there's not a lot of schools going on. There's not a lot of functions happening,
Yeah.
but you're still working.
Yeah.
You're still gaining work. I still remember that. I was like, man, this guy.
Oh,
but it's true. Like when you put your mind and your 110 into something and you go all in with it
yeah.
and you don't shortchange yourself and the people that you're working with, things will happen
Yeah.
as long as you stay the course and allow God to be in control of that vessel, things will happen. And I still remember you went live one day and was saying that, and I was like, okay, I see you.
Yeah.
But that's pretty amazing, man. That the lessons were learned, for the future. And
Absolutely.
now here we are, 2021. We applying pressure.
Yes, sir.
How's that been going?
Man, just to piggyback off of what you said, I want everybody to know that's watching this now and watching is going to watch the replay
Yeah,
to understand that your perspective will determine your destiny, right? So when we went through the pandemic, we didn't see it as a pandemic. We seen it as an opportunity to accelerate because we know most people are going to talk about, oh man, this, that, and that, and that. And we said, forget about the excuses. We're going to make the adjustments.
yeah,
And then literally, like, that's how, applying pressure was birthed, in the beginning of 2021. I said, you know what? Like, I just want to work out for 30 days. That's it. I just want to just be consistent for 30 days working out. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that consistent,
yeah,
And I literally said, I just want to work out for 30 days. So me and my trainer, we went in there, boom, 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 do what we did. And I said, you know what? It's time to apply pressure. And I didn't have no shirt yet. I didn't have no hat yet.
yeah,
No merchandise. I just said apply pressure. And literally, I everybody started saying it. Like,
yeah.
oh, apply pressure. All 2021. I'll post in the comments, apply pressure. Then they'll put like, don't forget the 2021, all 2021. I'm
Yeah,
like, ooh. And now I'm like, yo, it's a lifestyle.
yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? So
For sure.
yeah, man.
So, what I seen a couple pictures, and I wanted to ask you about this picture you took with a good friend of ours, John Gaines.
Yes.
Looked like you guys were applying pressure that day.
No doubt. Yeah. I wanted to kick John in his kneecap. I hope John's watching this because he almost broke my kneecap going up them stairs, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He loved it. He loved that stairwood.
oh man.
Shout out to John Gaines too.
Yes.
Uh, Tell me, was that the first time y'all ever hung out together? Or you guys hung out
What?
before?
Nah. Me and John hanged out before that. What I would say though is I'm really thankful for John.
Yeah.
My when I first came to Washington State, my perspective was to immediately get connected with anybody who understands legacy, purpose, and family.
Yes. Yeah.
And I reached out to John. I put my pride down, right? I'm trying to get in myself. No. I put my pride down and I reached out to John. I said, hey man, I'm new in the area. I'm just trying to connect with like-minded people. I
Yeah.
noticed that you speak in schools, and I noticed that you love your family, man. I just want to connect. I know you don't know me from a hole in the wall, but
Right.
I would love to connect with you. And John was like, bet. And we started connecting. And he's connecting me to some great people. And he's just a real blessing and a real
Yeah.
gem out here in the state of Washington. I'm just really thankful for the relationship that me and him have and how God connected us, because um, it's awesome to be around people who apply pressure, man, in
Yes.
every
Yes.
area in their life. So yeah,
Amazing, amazing guy. Like I said, shout out to John if he's watching. Um, he's done a lot of amazing things in this community and the communities around us. He's definitely been a light in my life too. Obviously, I've known him for practically his whole life, but to today, I still go on his page and I'm checking on what he's got going on. Kind of read into his new thing that he's doing with he's on a different page, not Facebook, but he's on Instagram a lot doing his thing. But he's doing a lot of amazing things, and
definitely.
I appreciate that, brother, 110%. So let me jump into something that is probably a little bit more personal.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
family. Let's talk about family, man.
Let's go.
Like, how important is your family to you?
Family is the second level of oxygen for me.
Mm.
Family is the battery that drives me, that fuels me, that inspires me to wake up every day and just give it a little bit more than what I did yesterday.
Hmm.
Um, Family is something that I always wanted, um, particularly because I was always a single, child. You know what I'm saying? It was just me and my mom. I had friends, had cousins, but I always wanted to be able to have a brother or a sister with me. And I said, man, I'm not keeping this cycle going. I said, when I get out, I'm going to make a family, and
Yeah,
God is good. Family's healthy and everything, and
amazing.
family is everything,
Yeah.
man. Everything.
Y'all went on your wife, significant other. You guys went on a trip. Like, how long ago was that? Like a month or a month and a half, 2 months ago, or something like that.
Which trip?
I just know y'all went somewhere and it looked real nice.
Uh, Man.
Cabo? Did you guys go to Cabo?
So, oh yeah, that picture's old school, man. Yeah, that picture was actually New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, Cancun, Mexico. Cancun, Mexico, which I highly recommend going back to for sure.
All right. So what's next? What's next for Mr. Willis Blessed this year?
Yeah.
What you got going on?
So, this year for me and my team's basically done. We're already preparing for next year,
Okay.
2022, and the goal is to be a millionaire. The goal is to definitely get into real estate. The goal is to definitely diversify my profile and my investments.
Hmm.
The more capital I have, the more I can do for my community and my family. And then definitely the goal is to take the Legacy Student Tour global, and and inspire 2 million students and educators,
Hmm.
and also to produce more leaders through our coaching program and
Yeah.
help them to be able to leave their 9 to 5 and be in a position to have more options and freedom. And just for me to continue to buy my time back and be able to spend time with my family and hire more staff, to be able to work with the team and you know bless people.
Yeah,
So
man. Shout out to that coaching program. I've been seeing, I see those people that you guys is working with, and how amazing, they have been, they've been, telling y'all how it is, and rising above. And, it's nice to see not just people, actually doing it, but actually, really benefited and sharing how appreciative they are for the knowledge that you're giving them
yeah,
throughout the program. And so, shout out to y'all for that. Staying above. So
that yeah, that's what it's about, man. I believe that you're not a leader until you're able to produce more. Like your goal should be always to not even duplicate yourself,
mhm,
but to teach others how to duplicate themselves. Because
true.
leadership is not about you, right? Leadership is about making others greater than who you are. Hence, Mother Teresa, Dr. King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, right? Frederick
Mhm.
Douglass,
Yeah.
all of the amazing greats. Like they seen a problem. They said, I don't care what happens to my life. I am going to make sure that I put myself in a position to leave my legacy and be remembered for something. And that's the goal, right? You should never live every single day just to exist and go through life's motion. No.
Right.
You need to live life to be remembered. And how are you going to be remembered? That's why it's so important to unlock your gift and live your life
Yeah.
and be who you need to be, because you're special, you're unique, you're different, you're authentic, and people need what you have. So that's why I get up every single day and I do what I do.
Yeah. So, real quick, how can someone find out information about any programs, anything that you may have going on in the future? Where would they go to look to find this information?
Yeah. So what you can do is you can reach out to our team at live to be remembered at info.com, and just reach out, and just say, hey, I'm interested in the program. Hey, I'm interested in bringing you into the schools.
Mhm.
And literally, my team will get back to you and we'll do that. If you're looking to bring me in as far as to speak into schools, and you can just go to williamwinfield.org, and we'll be able to make that happen.
And for anybody that's watching, I will make sure that that information gets into the comment box so that you guys, if any of you guys out there that are watching would like some information about this man, I'm telling you, you want to have him come and speak wherever it is, whether it's church, whether it's schools, whether it's to a crowd of people that really just need somebody to speak to them. Uh, this man, he's definitely educated in all angles. I've heard each and every one separately, and I commit. I'm very very um, I'm the same way. I'm biased. I listen to a lot of people, but at the same time, sometimes you question their their whether they're real or they're just holding showing a facade for the camera.
Yeah.
But I've listened to you. I'm gonna say probably 40 different times, man. Like
Wow.
every time you're live, I already have the button. It goes off. William is live. I'm listening. Whether I'm at work, whether I'm out running, I listen because I want to know what's next. What's the agenda for today? What are we going to be blessed with today?
Mm.
And so I know that if you're looking for someone to come to your school or wherever the case may be, this is the right person for you. Um, I, I I put the stamp of approval. I mean, real talk. But there was something else that I wanted to ask you real quick. Do you have
Yes.
any questions for me? I know I don't really allow people to ask me questions, but you can ask if you have a question for me. Please go ahead and throw it at me.
Yeah, man. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, that's a great question because honestly, like I see myself, obviously, in charge of my business, obviously the circle. I've been working really, really hard on that. There's different entities to it that really needs some better structuring,
Yep.
um, a stronger team, building a stronger team, not just a team,
Yeah.
because, I've had teams that have been here, but not been there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so I want a stronger team. I really want my own facility. I want to be because I'm at my house right now. I'm on my couch chilling at my house. I want to have my own facility so that I can be able to do everything from my facility. I don't necessarily want to be working for the state anymore. I want to be working for myself.
Hmm.
And so from 5 years from now, that's what I want to be doing. I want to be doing this 110% of the time, not just 40%.
Yeah.
You know, I work 14-hour days for the state every day, and that gets very tiresome. I love the like you said, I love the clients that I deal with. I love the opportunity to educate them and teach them things every day. But that's not that's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Uh,
Right.
I want to be in charge of my own business. I want to be CEO like yourself, sitting back, and when they call my name, then I want to be able to do the exact same thing, stand up and make it happen for whatever it is that I have to take care of. You know, so that's kind of where I see myself in a nutshell. I want to be happy. I want to continue doing God's work. That's always going to be the main focal point. Anything that I do, I always got to have Him in the forefront of anything that I do. So yeah, that's me, man. That's me in a nutshell.
I
You know,
love it. That's
take
perfect.
care of my fam. Obviously the fam, the kids.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt.
My son turned 4 next week, so he'll be 9. He'll probably be playing some football next. And when he turned 9, he'll be playing some football or something. He's extremely active. So, just being happy, bro. Like, staying positive, always allowing God to be in control of what it is that I do,
Come on.
and wherever He leads me, I'm just gonna follow, man.
Yeah,
You know what it is. So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
But enough about me, man. So let me ask you a question
Yes, sir.
pertaining to your books.
Okay.
Because how many books have you written? 5, 6, 7, 8?
6, and we're working on 7 right now.
Yeah, I knew it was up there. So out of all the books that you've written, which one is the most? If you had to tell someone to read one, which one will be the most? Will be the one that you would.
I would say "Live to Be Remembered," blueprint to leaving a legacy.
And why is that?
The reason why I say that, it's my shortest book, but it's the book that kind of is like a drive by, straight to the point, to where it's like, yo, I can implement that today and see my life change. Like, it's practical steps, and I also see the evolution of how I was able to get straight to the point.
Mhm.
My other books, I was just kind of like trickling, trickling. This one is just like, oh my God, like, what's my Big Mac? How do I like break that down? Oh my God, like the lion mentality. Oh my God, the eagle mentality. What is this? Like, wow. And literally, I believe that book, that literally we got that book into North Thurston uh, district,
Mhm.
and their students are reading it. And that book, I mean, is my biggest seller, literally. And I believe it's because it's straight to the point. It
Yeah.
makes sense. It connects with the person. So I would say if you're gonna read any book that I've written, I would highly suggest "Live to Be Remembered," a blueprint to leaving a legacy for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get that book. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
talk afterwards and figure out how I can get it.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
I support everybody, and you ask anybody that knows me is obviously with the change in my life and the direction that God is leading me in. I support anyone that is about the people,
Hmm.
and I see your drive, I see your dedication, I see your persistence, your heart. Not just for people that want to make money, people that want to know God,
Yeah, no doubt.
know themselves,
For sure.
find themselves.
For
I
sure.
see that.
Yeah.
And so for me, this one was the one I was like, yeah, I need to talk to this gentleman.
Yeah,
and I'm so happy we had this conversation, man. Like,
no doubt.
I'm hoping and praying that since you are local, maybe we can go and do some steps one day, or maybe sit down and have another conversation over, coffee. I don't know if you drink coffee. I don't really drink coffee either, but I
Me
know
neither.
people do it.
Me neither.
That's what people say all the time, though, right? Let's go have a conversation over
Cup of
coffee,
coffee. Yeah.
whatever the case may
Hey,
be.
man.
But
I'm down for it. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm all for connecting with like-minded people, man. So,
yes, for sure.
you got my stamp of approval.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you,
we
man.
good, man. You know, shoot me some dates. You know what I'm saying, and we'll make it happen, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate it, man. Great conversation, great knowledge, man. I definitely look up to you. I'm probably older than you, but I still look up to you. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Praise God, man.
I think you have that it factor. Like a lot of people can walk the walk and talk the talk, but some people they just have an aura about them, and
I want to say this, man. And I tell people all the time, Dave. Um, if you want to know how great I am, don't look at my lives. Don't look at my post. Ask my wife and kids.
mm, mm,
That's how you know if I'm great. You don't know if I'm great because I'm just anybody can put a facade on and do a video. Ask my
yeah,
wife. Is William who he says he is on these lives? She gonna tell you yes, but he still drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Well, you ask my kids, like, yo, my dad is the greatest speaker to ever live. Like, yes, my dad is dope. Like, yes, my dad takes care of us. Yes, my dad loves me. Like,
that's good.
that's where leadership starts at home,
Yeah, for sure,
right? So, yeah, man, I just want to throw that in there, man,
for
for
sure.
sure.
But
Yeah,
that's the truth, though. Speak on it. That is the truth. Absolutely, it starts at home. You know. Yep. So, hey, man. Well, I think we're good for today. I think we got it out, man.
yeah, man.
We
Yeah,
made
man.
it.
I enjoyed myself, man.
Yeah,
I
I
love it.
appreciate you. I enjoy myself as well, man. Like, like to me, I've done this since January, and obviously I know a lot of people. This is my hometown, so I know a lot of people here. But to talk to people is easy, but to actually connect with someone
Come on.
through a conversation like this,
Come on.
it's a whole
Mhm.
nother level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I appreciate you, brother, and
Appreciate you,
we're
man.
definitely gonna have a conversation. I need to get that info too before we end uh, our talk.
Yeah.
Send me the information so that I can post it in comments for the people because they need to get that uh, where they can get the books, where they can get information for how to get in contact with you for speaking gigs. I need all of that.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna send that to you right now, man.
All right. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. We're going to go ahead and close up the conversation for today. Thank you again so much, Will. Can I call you Will?
Of course you can. Come on,
Okay,
man.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, man. I truly appreciate you, and I'm excited for the future and what's to come.
You already know.
I'm definitely going to be watching, obviously, and hopefully we can find an opportunity to connect in some way. Obviously this world is kind of going through some tough times right now, but we can still find time. It's like 2020. We didn't end up at home. We ended up re-evolving,
Yeah.
changing the things that we were so used to doing so that we could stay relevant. And so hopefully we can find time to do that moving forward.
You already know, man.
So, guys, on behalf of the circle, it's your boy DH. Will's in the building. Make sure you guys, when I get all the information, please make sure you guys reach out. It's going down.
It's
All
going
right.
down. Yes.
So, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. We're gonna conclude. We will see you guys next week. Be sitting down with a good friend of mine. His name's Jeremy. He lives in Alaska. He is a he works for a school. He is actually the principal of a school in Alaska. We're gonna talk. We're gonna chop it up and catch up and talk about what he's been up to and everything. So tune in next week. This is Circle Talk. It's your boy DH. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.